everyone, it's Nana A. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, and if you read the thumbnail, new island, new challenge. I am doing a 30-day challenge with one of my subscribers and friends, Lisa. We are trying to get to 5 stars within 30 days and have 10 villagers that make sense for the themes, and have their yards decorated, have all of the buildings upgraded and decorated, and we do 5 extra builds. So some of it's like my last 30-day challenge, but some of it is not. Some of the rules are, this is not the hard mode that's going around. I don't think I could have done that coming off the 60-day challenge. The rules are, we're allowed to place the villagers' tents wherever we want to. We can move houses and buildings. We get to exchange fruit 1-to-1. We have to, time travel is allowed. Local play and treasure islands are not, but time travel and the DLC are allowed. And you must complete, or we must complete, all of our daily routine for each day. So let's say we wanted to time travel 4 days to get to something. Each day that we would go past, we have to stop on that day and do the or each day that we time travel, we have to do the routines. We can't skip them. And that would be like checking the mail, finding your bottle, hitting the rocks, shaking the trees, talking to your villagers. And we can catalog and each other's items. We can use the custom design codes. And if you saw my last challenge, you know why I wanted that one. We must have a theme. We can't just start the island and say, we're going to do this, but we're not sure. We kind of have a theme in mind, maybe. We have to have a theme going into it. Her theme is Orchard, and her island name will be Orchard. My theme is Farmcore, and it will be called the Double C. And that just stands for my last name, my husband and I, Double C. We can use Yu-Gi-Oh cards to get the villagers that we want. However, we have to take every campsite villager that shows up. Now we can restart if he wants to kick out a forever villager, or she, whoever it is. But we have to take that villager. We have to interact with all the NPCs. We cannot skip it. If Gulliver or Gullivar or Wisp or Sahara, anybody that's on your island, you have to interact with them. And you know all of the lovely gifts that your villagers give you. The pretty hats and clothes. Well, we must wear all of the gifted and or found clothing until the end of the day that we found it or were gifted. And when it comes to fish, bugs, sea creatures, first catch goes to Blathers, which both of us already do that anyway. And that's about it. That's enough. We each have some things in here that's gonna give us a little test, but that's what the challenge is for. I don't always interact with all the NPCs once I get to 3 stars, and but now I have to, and I have to make myself. Once I get to a certain point, sometimes I start skipping my daily routines. Now I won't be able to. Her hard part is she doesn't time travel, so she's going to have to get used to that. But what will happen is I will do one video that's on my island, the Farmcore Island, and then the next video will be over on her island, which is Orchard, And that way you can see how we're progressing. And this challenge is not against one another. We're doing a buddy challenge, so we can see what each one of us can do. So it's not who can get there first. It's let's play, have a good time. But we have these limitations. We have these goals and rules, and let's play and have a good time. But let's feel a little bit challenged. Like I said, no hard mode. 60-day challenge really took it out of me. And I know I have not posted the last video for that, and it is coming, I promise. I've had some technical issues and I've had to order some new equipment. Hopefully this video will come out okay. So as soon as that equipment gets in, I think it's supposed to be here this weekend, then I can work on the end of that video, and I promise you I'll put it out. And actually, I kind of like doing challenges. I have found out I may not do a labor-intensive challenge like I did last time, but I like to do them. And on this one, we are also trying to complete all the Nook Miles achievements. She started doing that. She wants to do it. I don't want to do it in 30 days again. That's not enough time. So we're going to say that we're going to give ourselves 90 days after the 30-day challenge. So total we'll be doing this 120 days. If we finish before then, we finish before then. And after the 30 days, I will post videos at times to let you know how much progress we're making. But I will have another island that I'm doing, and so the videos will come out 2 to 3 times a week. But now that you know all of that, I hope you will follow this challenge and enjoy it. And if either of the challenges or any of the challenges going on, not just the ones that I've done, if they have made you go, oh, I might like to do that, or I may need to challenge myself, drop me a comment and let me know. And let me know if you are doing a challenge and what you're doing. And who knows, maybe we can do a challenge together in the future. But for now, we are on double C. You can see I have cherry and tank. Our fruit are cherries, and our roses are our flowers. And right now, we're just going through the roll call, and then we're going to listen to Tom. So while all of this is going on, we'll just do some more talking. I don't know if I can listen to Tom, but anyway. I hope you enjoyed the last challenge and all the videos. Like I said, I had a good time doing them, and I hope that you really like the final video. I was going to make it into 2 videos, and each one were probably going to be about 28-30 minutes, something like that. If this technical issue does not get fixed with what I've ordered, then I will have to do something else, but there will be a final video. Now we're going to get our tents, and if you've seen my videos, you know it's going on the beach before we even start. And if you would like to see the rules and the goals of this challenge, I will be posting it on my community tab, so go there and take a look. Like I said, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about all the challenges that are going on. Does it kind of bring back the excitement of Animal Crossing, did the excitement never leave you? I know some people are getting burned out, they say, on this, and I can see how that happens. I still really love the game, but changing it up helped too, because I was going from, build to build and doing this island and doing that island and not really playing the game anymore. I would do what I had to get to the point where I could start terraforming and doing my builds. So I wanted to play the game again. So that's why I did the last challenge. And I think that it brought some of Animal Crossing back to me. So if you're getting burned out and all you've been doing is villager hunts and builds and going from one island to the other, slow down. Play the game again, and maybe it'll come back to you. It did for me. But after 60 days and most of that not doing any villager hunts or no builds after 30 days, I'm ready to do some builds and villager hunts, and I'm just ready to do something a little different than completing every Nook mile goal as fast as I can, because that's not a way to play either, but we'll go into that in the final video. I don't want to cross the challenges out. But the next video, hopefully Saturday, it will come out. It'll either be the second video for this challenge, or it will be my final video from Hope, or maybe, depends on when the equipment gets here. It may be Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. I hope to have the other video out, and then we will go back to 2 to 3 videos a week. And during this challenge, if I can, doing this one island, especially doing a buddy challenge, takes a little attention. You have to put some thought into it, especially 5 stars in 30 days. Some people will say, oh, you can do that, that's no problem. And I did on Hope. I had 5 stars within probably about 3 weeks. But there's other things that we want to do with this island. Certain themes. There's certain builds that we both have in mind, and I'm a little concerned about mine because I don't know how much farm core items I'm going to get. I'm hoping doing the DLC this time I'll get some, or at least the wheat field, or I don't know. I'm not hoping for the tractor or the wagon. It would be nice, but just some of the farm items. I do have kind of a backup plan, maybe, if we have to use terraforming and trees and crops and flowers to do the whole thing with just some items that we can make work, then we'll do that. But I don't want to just get the island to 5 stars. I want to have a 5-star island that somebody will look at somebody will come and say, this is really a 5-star island. She didn't just put a bunch of stuff around and fit all of the requirements. I want somebody to really enjoy my island. And I apologize if you heard the coughing in the background. That was my husband. I guess he was choking on something. I don't know. But he's okay. But I don't know. There's a difference in just getting a 5-star island and really putting the work in, making it a 5-star island. To me, anyway. I'm pretty sure you have an opinion on it too. So leave me a comment. Let me know. Do you have a 5-star island? What do you think should constitute a 5-star island. I know what the mechanics of the game say what's required, but tell me what you think when you go and look at an island. Do you say, yeah, that's 5 stars, or has everything there, but maybe not 5 stars? So now we are going back to the game, and you can see we're getting ready, picking all the weeds, shaking the trees, picking up the sticks, tree branches, getting the cherries, because you know he's going to want to make juice from the cherries. So that's what we're doing now, and that's why I've kind of sped it up, because if I didn't, this would take forever, because I get a lot of stuff in the beginning. I always make sure I have the 10 branches to give him, I think 6 cherries. And then I also want to have at least enough tree branches to make 2 fishing poles, fishing rods, and 2 nets in the beginning, because they're flimsy and they're going to break, and I don't like having to go back and forth in the tent all the time in the beginning. And the weeds, it's a nook mile gone. Might as well sell them in the beginning to get some bells. Now, after selling these, like the first day or so, I'll start collecting them, because Leaf will show up pretty soon, and I'd rather sell them to him. But my goal for this video was to get everything done and get all the way to getting the plot put down for the museum and miles off, so I can have a house when I wake up the next day. And I think one of the challenges is more for her than me, will be to get all of the fruit. I think she said with the build she wants to do, she only needs 4. But, you know, with an orchard island, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. You know, the fruit are going to be kind of important to her. So I think one of our challenges will be getting all of the type of fruit, because we can't do local play, so we can't go over to one of our old islands and pick up some fruit. We can't go to a treasure island, nothing like that. So whatever fruit that we find in the game, what's mailed to us, our sister fruit and our native fruit, that's what we have. Now we will exchange fruit with each other, 1 for 1. Like the mailed fruit, we will exchange 1 fruit for 1 fruit, because we only get 3. And for the native fruit and sister fruit, hopefully they're different than the mail fruit. We'll do a stack for a stack, because we have more of those. But one thing that will help us bell wise, and I didn't have in the last one when I did the 30 days, is we can go sell our native fruit at one another's nooks, so that increases the price on that. And then we can play the stock market together. Who has a cheaper price to buy, who has the most expensive, or the highest price to sell. So that'll be good. And she is the one that helped me after the 30 days was over, when I was just trying to complete the goals. She's the one that helped me reach my goal on the stock market. And I had a tour of her island in it, and if you find that one, her dream address is located in the details. I can't remember which episode it was, or I would tell you. But her dream address is there. So you should go fly over and take a look. It's just a pretty island. Okay. So here we are going to do the double C. And then drink our juice. And then we're going to take a nap. Because after flying in, and there was nothing in that contract from them little Nook boys that said I was going to do all the work. But here we are. And you know it happens. I have the hardest time typing with my controller. But anyway, I hope that everybody has had a good February so far. I know there's been some bad weather. We had a little bit of it in Texas, but nothing like up further north than we are. But nothing like there were in some of the other states. So if you were one of the states that had the bad weather, I hope everything's okay and that you got through it. Well, we did have some bad weather here. I take that back. We didn't have the cold and freezing, but we had a tornado that hit. Thank goodness we were blessed. It did not hit our neighborhood or our house, but it did hit not too far from us and kind of went through. So there was some people that lost everything they had, and it's been a tough time for one of the towns. You know, here, one town, you cross the line and you never know you cross it and you're in the other town. But there was some harder hit people. And when we moved here, we knew there were going to be hurricanes because we live on the coast. So that's a given at some point. In which we were here during a hurricane, and I have to tell you, it's kind of a funny story. We were on vacation, and we were all the way in South Dakota. And I had called back to check on things at my office, and my admin tech told me that they were watching the weather. And I'm like, why? Because, you know, we've been in South Dakota in the parks and the Badlands, and we weren't watching anything in Texas. And she said, well, there's a hurricane headed here. I'm like, oh my gosh. I am a diabetic and I take insulin. And I'm like, we can't get caught outside of that hurricane because I don't have enough insulin to be out of our area for 2 weeks or whatever it'll be. So we drive straight, my husband and I. It's just the two of us, and we switch off. We drove probably 36. What's it? 36? No.
20.
It was over 24 hours. Because as soon as we found out, we started coming back. And actually, my mother met us in one of the towns, like that's halfway between us and one of the larger towns, Dallas. She met us with groceries because we both, or all three of us, knew that once we get there, we were not going to be able to get groceries. So she got us water and some groceries that, you know, you keep when the electricity goes off. And we drove straight through from there. And we laugh still today about, we were the only car going into the area. Everybody else was evacuating. And the other side of the road was bumper to bumper. And we were the only car going into the area. And so we just figured there's a video somewhere of that. But we got home, got everything out of the car 30 minutes before the hurricane hit. And it was Category 4. And it was a very bad hurricane that really it was a slow moving hurricane, and it caused a lot of flooding and a lot of damage. And that's one thing that we didn't have to worry about where we lived before. Now, where we lived before, we had to worry about tornadoes. So when we moved here, I'm like, okay, hurricanes, but they don't happen very often, but we shouldn't have to worry about tornadoes. And there's been at least 2 since we've been here. So that's incorrect. The coast does get tornadoes. And I know I've been rambling, and it's just playing in the background, but this is all stuff that we've seen. This is the first day. And so I didn't figure I had to go play by play with you. But we're getting there. There's KK. There's our Dream. I'm not sure what purpose this plays, but anyway, it's there. And you have a dream of him giving you life advice, I guess. And then you wake up to Tom Nook hollering at you. So I'm not sure what this sequence is about. But, you know, leave me a comment below. Have you ever been in a major storm, tornado, hurricane, ice storm? That's something we don't get a lot in Texas, but we did a few years ago. And I really feel for people north that get a lot of ice and snow. I'm sure y'all handle it a little bit different than a Texan does. But newfound understanding of what you might go through a little bit. We didn't get probably near what y'all do. But leave me a comment below and let me know if you've ever been in inclement weather. And I don't want to say anything that worried you. Let's put it like that. Maybe had a scare but didn't happen, or something happened. Well, let me know. Leave me a comment. And I know we're a little off the topic here of Animal Crossing, but I just felt like rambling, talking in this one. Like I said, I'll say it again, this is the beginning. We've all been here many times, or most of us, so I didn't feel the need to tell you what was happening or what's going on, because you know, like now we're getting hollered at by Tom, so he can give us a phone in our bill. So that's where we're at. And like I said, today with this video, my goal is to place the tent or the plot for the museum, and to pay off my Nook miles and get my house. And then after that, it'll just be grinding away until we get to 3 stars, and then we can really get started. But I'll go back and forth between islands so you can see what's going on both islands. And I'll go over there, she'll come over here. And really good thing is if you have the meteor shower, or if you just have falling stars and have Celeste, you just send a message, Celeste here, or stars, and then we go over and we can sit and watch it and wish on the stars. So that's kind of neat. Okay. Nope, Tom, never have. I've never picked the no. I don't know what he says. I try to pick the one so we don't have the longest dialogue. Because after the first time of hearing it, I'm like, okay, that's enough. I wish there was a way you could cut this scene and go straight to the end part. But I guess this is part of the fun too. But for now, I think I've done enough talking. and enough rambling. So I'm going to let you listen to some music and watch the rest of the video. It'll probably be sped up because, you know, a lot of Nook Mile grinding, and then I'll come back in the end. Okay, I just wanted to jump back in here because the technical difficulty that I mentioned in the beginning is still happening. So I do not have an outro, so I just wanted to talk to you while we finished here. And if you like this video, if you like hearing me ramble on and get weather stories, if you like Animal Crossing or challenges, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, let me know. Or leave me a comment over on Instagram, Nana A Gaming. I'd love to hear from y'all. I love to read your comments, and I will answer you, I promise. Of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. This support has been great. We're over 100 subscribers now. I know that doesn't sound like much, but when you're getting started, it is. That's a milestone for me. So, 100 subscribers. And of course, don't forget to ring that notification bell so you'll know when my next video comes out. And until then, bye y'all. Bye.